All right, listeners, we are here at Nationals Day 8, presented by SCHEELS. I'm sitting here with Ben Renair of Renair Shotgun Sports. He is a gold sponsor of the SCTP. And Ben, thank you so much for sitting down, talking with us while Nationals is going on. I'm sure people might be able to hear the trap shoots going on in the background. So thank you again for supporting youth shooting sports. Thank you for being here at Nationals. Thank you for sitting down on the podcast.
Yeah, happy to be here, Tom.
So take us through. I'm going to try to describe what I saw today at your booth. I saw the coolest thing, probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. It was a Promatic target thrower on some sort of robot, the wheels up on a rock, like a rock crawler Jeep. It was the coolest thing ever. Please tell us what Renair Shotgun Sports provides and what people can see here at Nationals.
Sure. So what we provide is the ability to take a trap and throw targets, any kind of target, tool-free, hassle-free. So what you were seeing out there propped up on that rock was our Claybot Mark III, and it has the ability to pop up on a rock like that due to its articulation. And big tires let you go through anything from moderate to extreme terrain. And the real beauty is once you get that trap out in the field where you want it, you still have full control of trap spin, tilt, and even a wireless spring adjuster. So you can take that target and really let it do anything from throwing even a rabbit with a standard 108 target when you got good soft ground to a teal in under 3 seconds.
Is this a wired system or this is wireless?
This is wireless. So our controls they're actually rated up to 2 miles, which of course is way overkill. But basically, as long as you can see where that target's coming from, you're going to be able to drive the machine and then manipulate the trap as well.
So is this useful for what's the target market here?
Target market really, if we're coming to an event like this, I would say our target market is individuals that want to be able to practice more effectively. But we see a lot of our customers as well that they just want to have a little more fun shooting, or they want to spend more time shooting. Problems with just a standalone trap are you have to go up and manually adjust them with wrenches, other tools and such. But what we can allow is all that adjustment just in a fraction of the time. So you're spending more time shooting shots you want to, and getting into it, you're turning into a better shot as well.
You brought up a good point because, we are here at SCTP Nationals. It's a team-based sport. Some of these teams can get pretty large, and you need to be efficient with your practices. With so many kids on the team, it sounds like a coach can throw out a presentation and quickly change a target in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, in a matter of seconds. That's a great point. Yeah, with these big teams, we were chatting with coach yesterday. His team is 25 kids strong, and if you're looking to practice what you're going to see out on the course, like I'm sure they are, you don't necessarily have all the time in the world to run back and forth from the shooting stand to the trap to make these small tweaks to major changes you want to make on the thrower. So with our product line, you're able to really effectively coach faster and let the kids just see targets that they're going to see in tournaments.
And it's cool to say that you practiced with a robot.
Yeah, I think it is.
So speaking of SCTP teams, I brought Ben here for a reason. Ben actually used to be an SCTP athlete.
Very true, yeah. It's going back a while now. So back in 2003, a good friend of mine, Brett Garceau, up in Wisconsin, him and I got together and said, hey, let's build a team. And we want to go and shoot Wisconsin State for the SCTP. And we put together, I guess, what you would call kind of a dream team for young shooters up in Wisconsin. Team and I, we were able to win Wisconsin State back in 2003 and 2004, the last year that we were all together. And we had a lot of fun, and it's just been a really nice reward kind of being part of that entire group once again down here in Ohio.
So what's it like? I mean, does it feel kind of surreal to be here with all these kids again, and you kind of see yourself.
Yeah. It's just fun to see. You know, we're here at the event. We're right next to the flurry shoot, and it's just really cool to see a group of 8-10 kids come up and just start hammering away at some targets. And it really does bring me back to when I was, younger, 16, 17, 18 years old, and just going out and big smile on my face, all my friends, and we were just out and really enjoying ourselves. And I see that in really every participant that's come up to our booth, and everyone's happy, everyone's having a good time. So it's really great to see.
And you mentioned the flurry. There's actually an added element to shoot the flurry now. There's a clay bot throwing extra birds.
Yeah. We have a couple of our clay bots out, and like I said, we're right next to the flurry shoot. So when they start launching up, whatever it is, 10 targets at a time almost, it looks like, we're throwing a few more in the mix. And some of the kids are seeing that, and they're taking those, shooting some fun targets.
Yeah, and if you're walking by, you'll very likely see Ben and his father. What was your father's name again?
His name's Casey.
Casey. You'll see Ben and Casey moving the bots around, presenting not only different angles of the throw, but where it's throwing from. So
yeah, we've got a lot of people come up and say, "Hey, this looks like the rover on Mars." And it's. I wouldn't say we necessarily got the inspiration from that, but it is kind of a fun thing to relate to.
So now let's bring it back. How did the company start? How did the idea start?
So back in, I think it was 2009 now, I was on family vacation up northern Wisconsin, and my dad, Casey, had I guess the first iteration of what we're doing now on a rail system in the back of his pickup truck. And we were out shooting, he all of a sudden pulls, slides this contraption out of the back of his truck. It's got a handle on it, so you can change some angles of the trap that he had on it and spin things around. And it was fascinating. And I said, "Hey, Dad, I think this is really neat. What are you doing with this? You're just using it for personal use?" And he tells everyone, "Well, the reason I have it is I couldn't hit a Shondell target." And so we're out there having fun. And I said, I think a lot of people could benefit from this. And, 12 years later, we're here representing his company, and threw some motors on these things. And not only is it just a slide out from the back of a truck, you can drive them around, and it's really blossomed into a great product.
No, I think I saw solar panels. How are these powered?
Sure. So all of our clay bots are electric units, and the solar panels that you did see on those, it's a 30-watt panel, and with good sunshine, it's going to keep that entire system charged up really for your full day. And you really shouldn't have to worry about charging things at all. Now, we do have an onboard charger on these as well, so when you are done shooting, if you really want to top things off and be ready for the next day of shooting, bring it into the garage or the shop, plug it into just a standard outlet, let it trickle charge overnight, and you're going to be good to go for your next day.
So if someone were to go all in and get like multiple clay bots, is there any kind of communication issues?
No. All of our receivers and transmitters that we use for our radio system, they're all just programmed for that individual controller system. And then you can get the target release from, we'll use a lot with long range or easy pull or chromatic release. And those you just get set up accordingly as well, so you're not having any kind of communication issues between multiple traps.
That's so cool. I'm going to go record a video of the clay bots running around throwing targets. I'm going to throw it up. I really want people to see this who aren't able to see it here at Nationals.
Please do so, yeah.
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want one just for my house. Inside my house, just run around. Maybe it'll replace the Roomba vacuum.
We could probably find some kind of attachment for that, I'm sure.
So there's like the cream of the crop. You said it was the Mark IVs?
So our Claybot lineup, we have our Mark II, which is typically intended to mount on a tower. Our Mark III, which is the one that you were talking about before, that was propped up on the rock. That is our more extreme terrain, kind of friendly machine. And then our Mark IV, which is kind of a small, almost like a little bobcat, the way that you end up driving it around. little more economical. And then we also have some other options on both sides of the spectrum. Our UTC, which is a new product we just launched, that's going to have a gas engine on it and really be going to serve purposes in shotgun sports, rifle, and archery. And also has some hookups for fun things like splitting wood or pulling a rough cut mower. So it's a very, very versatile machine. And then on the more entry-level side of the spectrum here, we're going to have our ITB, the Infinity Trap Base. And that's really the start of the actual company itself. It's going to be the ability to adjust 3 axes, and it's just done by hand. Now, the important thing to know is it's tool-free, but to use your hands, you have a crank to change the tilt of the machine itself, and then just a simple push button, basically, where you can release a lock on the trap spin, and then spin that 360 degrees. So there's a very wide overall selection of product that we do offer.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys really zeroed in on a corner of the market that was untapped.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's one thing that we like to say is we're just taking any kind of trap manufacturer and really letting their trap shine.
Well, that's so cool. Thank you so much for sitting down for the podcast. Thank you for promoting and supporting youth shooting sports in the SCTP. Where can we find you?
Well, thanks for having me here, Tom. Take a look on the website. It's RenairShotgunSports.com. We're also on social media, so definitely take a look, find us. Otherwise, if we're at an event that you're at, come up and discuss some fun options.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sitting down, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.